Now, in my 7 months of ownership, I've broken quite a lot. I can't remember off the top of my head, it's quite a few. I might put a link down, well, not a link, but put some down in the description what I've broken. Anyway, these are 4, I guess. Kind of one of them is an honourable mention, but 4 things you need to upgrade on your VRX Cobra. Right, this is probably the worst one, at least for me. I don't know how many other people have broken it, but it's quite annoying. This is the centre diff. It's very loose under acceleration. Front wheel's just blown up. Here, the centre diff, one of the crown gears is completely stripped off. But obviously it's very loose. Mine's stripped completely, which I'm thinking about maybe locking it up, not completely, but maybe with sort of an earplug or something that would just not jam it up completely, so it'll have it'll be somewhat loose. You know, if it, just a little bit less stress on all the sort of rear diff mainly, because it will probably wheelie. That'll be quite fun. Right, so number 1, diff. You'll probably want to lock it up. It'll protect the crown gears inside, and if you don't lock it up completely with like a silicone earplug, you'll have some play. So number 2. 2 is a bit of an issue with a lot of these cars. This front section of the chassis, kind of weak. When I say kind of, I mean it won't just break if you're just using it, but you know, if you run it on the road and near curbs, or just sort of worried about crashing into trees or something big or a wall, that will definitely be something you're going to be breaking. So obviously it's metal, it's very low down, it's not too heavy, but that will obviously lower your centre of gravity anyway. Quite weak. That was the first thing to break on it. First outing, that snapped in half. Number 3. Probably not quite so bad as some of the others, but the Servo Saver. It's not too loose. I'm going to keep it like this, but because I only generally either go off-road or on a field, which it doesn't matter too much. Because off-road you've got less resistance. But, you know, for anyone not racing, so I don't think it's more of a basher to be honest, but for anyone who likes a nice quick servo and Servo Saver, servo is quite slow, you might want to upgrade that. And the Servo Saver, I think there's an aluminium one offered by VRX as an upgrade, but a lot of the time on a field or anything, you can sort of see Servo Saver slipping quite a lot. Often going around a field, if he's going slowly, you can often get a relatively good turning circle. If you're on a field, I think the Servo Saver seems to slip quite a lot, and you end up doing really sort of quite a wide turn, which, you know, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't flip over, but if you go near people, that is a bit of an issue. So, final one, number 4. This is probably the worst part, not about the entire car, but the worst thing that sort of breaks too much. I think it's an issue in the FTX Carnage, because I think FTX Carnage and Vantage both use the same part, I think. Don't quote me on that one. But that is my shock tower. Completely obliterated. So it broke there, there and there for one jump. I mean, I can't have got it more than about a metre in the air, which is about 3 or 4 foot. But anyway, it snapped clean off. I'm going to upgrade this to carbon. Be much better, hopefully. It should be a bit stronger. I don't think it will weigh any less, despite the fact it's carbon, because plastic's really light. But it's not very rigid. I mean, it's quite soft plastic, but it does still break. So that is a big problem. I think FTX, I'm using FTX parts sometimes, because they're easier to find, and they're very similar actually sometimes. That is also that you can do the slipper clutches. I think you might be able to fit the FTX slipper clutch off the Carnage, but that you can upgrade it to metal. I'm going to do it to carbon because metal, I mean, it's strong, but then I'd be worried about breaking more, and it's heavier, and then if you do that, you've got to upgrade shock towers and everything. Anyway, that's 4 things that are wrong and might need to be upgraded on your VRX Cobra. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, that'd be really nice. I'd quite like to hit 50 subs by the end of the lockdown, or by the beginning of the summer holiday. Thanks for watching.